What is up, everybody? It's your boy Tay from No Cap the Podcast. I know my background is different, my business. But yeah, I'm in Florida right now, so but the show gotta go on. So this young lady that I have on tonight, a lot of you know her. I know a lot of you know her. And every time I see one of her posts on her page, like I have to reply because she be saying some wild scenarios, like wild, hilarious. But without further ado, Miss Toy Blackman.
Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, hey, hey.
Thanks for having me. I'm
No,
excited.
no problem. I'm excited. And yes, if you're gonna ask that question, yes, you can cuss. So,
You supposed to let me ask the, my famous words, not favorite, my famous
uh,
words. Can
all
I
right,
cuss on
rewind,
here?
rewind, rewind. Yep. But tell the people about yourself a little bit. This let the people know who you are.
Okay, so I am Toy Blackman, aka Successful Toy Podcast. I am a shit talker. I am very authentic. I am very real. Okay? Whatever you want to know, I am here to answer all questions. I ain't holding back nothing.
Yeah, we like that. We like that. Um, definitely. Don't hold back.
And
So what what inspired you to like, well, better question is, what inspired you to like start this podcast journey and like how did it all come about?
okay, so I've been in podcasting for 2 years now. My first year was with a co host, and it was called Sip Tea with Toy and B. And then I branched off and started doing my own thing. At first, I wasn't even gonna do like a podcast on my own. I was just gonna like do YouTube. I was gonna be a YouTuber or whatever. So it was Successful Toy. And then I had my friends was like, my famous segment is 21 questions. So I only used to do 21 questions, and I used to do that like every Saturday. So my friends was like, I want to do a 21 question with you. I want to do a 21 question with you. So I'm like, okay, it'll be fun because I'm doing it with somebody and I can see how they think and stuff like that. So we was doing it, but every time they did it, they was like, I want to come on your podcast. I'm like, this is not a podcast. This is not a podcast. They was like, it is a podcast. I was like, this is not a podcast. And then I was like, fuck it. So I said, I turned Successful Toy into Successful Toy Podcast.
Okay, I like that. And Successful Toy Podcast. So where did the name Toy come from?
From when I was first born, my grandmother said when I came from the hospital, my auntie and my uncle was fighting over me. One had my arm, one had my leg. And she was like, stop pulling on her like she a toy. So from there, that name just stuck with me. They just called me Toy.
Boom. There it is. That's nicknames. So, because I have a bunch of different types of nicknames.
Oh, I
So,
only got one.
and they're all spelled different ways too. Um, so what was your childhood like growing up? Like from childhood to like teen year, adolescent years and things like that.
I grew up in Belgrade, Florida. That's where I'm from. That's where my family is. My grandmother raised me. My mom was a drug addict at the time. And my daddy, he was there a little while. And then once he got married, he just wasn't there anymore. He wasn't a father anymore. So when I growed up, it was I turned to the strip club and that I really raised myself. Once I turned 15, I went and lived with my mom. She was living in West Palm Beach, Florida. So I went and was living with her. And it was by choice because I felt like my grandma was being strict with me. And now that I think about it, like my grandma just wanted the best for me and she just didn't want me to go down the route that my mom went. But as a kid, I'm not thinking like that. I'm like, she'll never let me do nothing. Like, I want to be like my friends, go everywhere. So I end up going with my mom because she ain't give a damn what nobody did.
Mm,
Long as she had her drugs, I could do what the fuck I want to do. You know, she'll tell me just be in the house by 12 o'clock, or sometimes she'll say 1. So can you imagine a teenager have a curfew at 1 a.m. or 12 a.m.? Like, that's lit. So yeah, moved to West Palm with her, and then when I started dancing when I was 19. I started dancing at the strip club. I went to the strip club with one of my friends because she was already a stripper. But my thing was, I just wanted to get out the house. So I was like, can I go to work with you? So I went and I was chilling or whatever. And then after the club was closing, I told the manager, I was like, I'll be back tomorrow. And he was laughing. He was like, no, you're not. I was like, watch. So my friend took me to go get me some stuff to dance in, because back then all you needed was some shorts in your ass and a top. You're a stripper.
you a stripper.
So yeah. So I kind of raised myself and grind hard for everything that I wanted. I was always a working girl. I was never like the type that only mess with niggas that had money or you could do something for me. Like, nah, I was a go getter, period. So I just kind of raised myself.
Okay. So, what advice would you give to any young ladies that are going through what you went through as an adolescent? They're trying to find themselves and stuff like that.
Be very minded. I was a weak minded person. I was very weak minded. I was a follower. I was not a leader. Whatever my friends was doing, even though my heart did not want to do it, I did it just to be cool or because I needed the money. But just be strong minded. Don't be weak for no nigga. Like, stay strong and stand on business when it comes to you, because nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to look out for you. The love be so fucking fake. You be thinking your friends are your friends. Behind closed doors, they pillow talking about you with a nigga, or they talking about you with other motherfuckers. Like, just be strong and keep your head in the game and stay focused, and whatever route you choose to take, like, continue and stay consistent on a positive note and think positive, because your situation ain't gonna be like that forever.
Definitely. And we have some comments here from one of our fellow podcasting buddies. Uh,
Hey, family.
definitely, definitely. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? But what you said was true. Is like, and that kind of touched me a little bit because my organization, the Galaxy Girls Inc., is just for that. I'm just trying to. Bottom line, the goal is to keep the girls off the street
You
and
need
give
to.
them something productive to do
Where you
in
located at?
Brooklyn, New York.
I need to come there. I want to speak to them. You know, I always wanted to find like things that focusing on little girls and trying to motivate them and keep them on the right path. I always wanted to be that girl that goes and talk to the youth, because these girls be graduating high school and they don't think about college. They go to the strip club and become a stripper because they see what happens with all the other people that got saved out of the strip club. But it's not peaches and cream like that, and they think it is.
It definitely isn't, and we would love to have you come and talk to them.
I want
Definitely.
to. I definitely want to do that. We got to set that
Um,
up.
definitely, we definitely do. Um, like, so when it comes to your interview style, like how did that come about when you're interviewing somebody on your podcast?
I just want them to be themselves and be authentic. And I get those that they'll book and then they'll say, "Can I get the questions so I can prepare myself?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't send questions." Like, I don't want to interview nobody that's gonna study the questions and now you know what I'm gonna ask you, so you're not gonna be yourself. You're gonna think of the right answer and a smart professional way to do it, and you're not being yourself. Like, no, I want you to be authentic. I want you to be able to be quick on your feet. So I don't want to send out my questions. That's why I came up with that. Like, I'm not sending no questions. I'm not preparing you for no interview. Like, no, come be yourself.
Exactly. Because the whole premise of this show is like I'm just going to ask you questions and you're going to answer it. That's it. Why send the question? Because that's not authentic. And
Exactly.
like Nikki just said it, authenticity. Oh Lord, I can't talk. Oh Lord, authentic. Oh, what word is that?
Oh, you like,
Authenticity.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying it because you just like me. I be fucking that word up too. I ain't saying it. Mm-mm. Authenticity, authentic.
Oh, that
It's the
word,
key.
that word, that word's the key. But like, don't ask me to send you questions,
Yeah,
because just be yourself. Talk. It's a conversation. That's what I
yeah.
tell everybody. It's a casual conversation. Um,
I'm
if
not
you don't
throwing
have an
no,
answer,
I'm not throwing no curveballs. It's questions focusing on you and what you doing and what you got going on. I'm not a messy podcast, so it's not like I'm trying to dig into and find some dirt on you. So it's gonna be everything positive that you have going on in your life. So why am I sending you the question? You
exactly,
should be able to talk about that.
exactly. So now, when it comes to you podcast full time, correct? So how how did that work? Like, I can't imagine podcasting full time. Like, it's a goal, but it's like, wow, how did that work?
Okay, so when I tell you it's God for me, it's God. I had to you got to have that faith. You got to have it. And he been told me like months ago, before I even had quit my job, he was telling me like, let me lead and you follow. I got you. And I kept giving him excuses. And I told him, I'm not being disobedient. It's just that I can't let my mate pay all the bills. I had a
Hmm.
car note, I had car insurance, and thank God she the type of person like she paid all the big bills and then I pay the small bills in the house. So I'm like, I can't allow her to pay all the bills like that. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't
Hmm.
happy, and I was missing out on good opportunities with podcasting because I gotta work. I gotta work. I can't do it. I gotta work. You feel me? So I only
Hmm.
was recording on my days off. So I finally had me and my girl had that conversation on my way to work one day. I was sitting in front of I was working at this restaurant, this fast food restaurant called Freddy's in North Carolina. And I was sitting in my car and I was telling her what God been telling me. And I'm like, she was like, I said, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And I told her, I was like, if I were living by myself, I ain't gonna lie. I would have trusted his words and walked away because I done did that before when I walked away from the strip club. We'll get into that. So when I told her how I felt, she was like, if that's what God really telling you to do, she said, all I ask, she said, I got your back, but all I ask is just let me know ahead of time when you're gonna quit so I can know where I got to pick up from. So when she told me that, I was like, okay. Baby, when I got out that car and hung up that phone to go clock in, I was like, yep, May the 1st is going to be my last day. And baby, it was like 2 weeks before May the 1st. So April the 31st was my last day at that place. And I didn't tell them or nothing. And she was asking me, like, you going to get them a 2 weeks notice? I said, hell no. Because the last job I gave a 2 weeks notice to, they took me off the schedule. So I was like, I ain't giving them no 2 weeks notice. I'm going to work up them 2 weeks. That way I still have a check to receive from them. And after that, I ain't looking back. And that's how I got here.
Definitely. Um, because that's something that I feel like that's something that every podcaster should eventually build towards, like going from just doing it like on certain days to making it a full-time job. Because I feel like when you podcast, that it's a passion. It's a passion, and I like talking to people. So that's that.
And believe it or not, what nobody really knows, I don't know if anybody, I don't never think I said it on my podcast, but what people don't know, this is really therapy for me. Like I have my therapists that I go to, but talking to people and talking to different people, they bring so much to the light for me, and I be like, I ain't never think that was that deep for me, and now that you bring it up, that's a problem within me. Yeah, I'm talking to my therapist about this. So it's like podcasting for me is therapy.
Okay. And it's funny that you said the word therapy because a lot of people who know me, they know I was in the military and I was actually a mental health therapist. Well, in the military, it's called a mental health specialist, but same thing.
Right.
And I feel like that's where me liking to talk to people because me, I'm an introvert. I'm very much to myself. I don't like social interactions, but I feel like with podcasting,
Can't be
it's
like that.
like it's different. It's like a whole new Terrence. That's why I'm known as Tay on the podcast, not Terrence. So yeah. Um, with that being said, I'm gonna pull a card from your book. Um, because what I know you for is posting wild situations on your Facebook, and it's like why would you write that? So my question to you is if you found out your baby daddy was cheating with his ex-husband, what would you do?
If I found out my baby daddy was cheating with his ex husband,
Yeah, see you see how you just replied to that? Now you know how we feel. Yep.
first of all, if I found out my baby daddy was cheating with his ex husband, you see, I got to say that again because I'm trying to imagine this. Like, first of all, I don't even like my motherfucking baby daddy, so bitch, we found out he was cheating with his ex husband. Baby, if I would have knew he was married to a man from the beginning, baby, I wouldn't have never fucked with him. You know, I got caught up in a situation like that before.
Care to explain?
Uh-huh. I was in a motherfucking gay club, and this man, God rest his soul, because he dead now, but this boy, he walks up to me in the bathroom and tells me he fucking the nigga that I was fucking. And I'm like, and you're telling me, because at this time, bitch, I done broke up with him, and I'm in the gay club with my girlfriend. So I'm like, and you're telling me because he was like, oh, I just want to let you know. I was like, okay, well, I ain't fucking him no more. But it's like, bitch, that mean he was fucking this nigga while I was with him. Baby, I don't have shitty dick in my mouth. Lord Jesus. Baby, from there, I ain't talked to that. Baby, God rest his soul, too. Both of them dead. Not because of me. Not because of me, because I'm saying it like it's
I
not,
should have put a I should have put a disclaimer in
yeah,
in
not
this
because of me.
episode.
But both of them, they are in the upper room now. But yeah, I had a man confront me before about another man. Well, he didn't really confront me. He was telling me, like, bitch, I'm fucking your nigga. I'm like, baby, I ain't, that's not my nigga no more. But he was like, well, I'm telling you, like, I was fucking him. Basically, he was telling me, like, I was fucking him when you was fucking with him. I'm like, ooh,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
yeah.
I think the craziest situation that I had that was similar to that is where someone said, well, I hope she's not watching. But anyway, someone said that my ex-wife had gave them an STD and they wanted to beat me up because she gave them the STD. I'm like,
So they trying to say she got it from you and gave it to them?
look, baby, I'm clean.
That means she was cheating on me and you, nigga. Because I
Like,
ain't got
like,
it.
and first of all, I wasn't with her. I was in Japan.
You see what I'm saying?
So, like, sir, I don't, I don't get it. I don't know, but that's between y'all. That
Exactly.
ain't me.
Baby, don't bring that over here.
So, a little bit of a fun thing I like to do with these podcast spotlights is I like to switch roles. So, basically, you're the interviewer. I'm the interviewee now. So if you could think of one question to ask me as if this was your podcast, what would you do? Look, she got her 21 questions. Look,
Having sex on the first date is called what?
having sex on the first date is called what? Um, it's called having sex on the first date. Like what it I that's what I think it's called. Like, what do people call it?
They
A
say
a, ta-
they say
a
we're
taste
hoe.
test?
They say we're a hoe if we have sex on the first date, but it's just I'd say it's a sample.
A sample.
Yeah, I need to know what I'm getting myself into. If I fuck you on the first date and I like you, I need to know what it's hitting for. Because if it ain't hitting for nothing, I'ma lose your number.
Mm, my
It's
good
called being
friend.
grown and minding your business.
So we gonna talk about that. So if the sex is not good, that means you'll automatically lose the person's number, even if the person had the best personality and whatnot.
Yup.
See, me,
Because if not, I'm
I
gonna cheat on you. I'm gonna cheat on you. So why try to build with you when I know I'm gonna cheat on you because you ain't hitting like that in the bedroom? I'm gonna cheat on you. So why waste your
mm,
time?
uh,
You see what she said?
let's
You see what she
let's
said?
see. What she say? What she say? If it's not good, it's a no from
See what I'm
what?
saying? See what I'm saying?
If it's not, I mean, I've stuck around with some bad sex. Did I
Did you
cheat? No,
did you really like them?
I did. I
That's
did.
why. That's why. I only had one person in my life that literally had bad sex and I stuck with him because I really liked it him. But if I don't like you and but I'm feeling you, but I ain't liking you like that, but like let me see what this hitting for. And it ain't all
Mm,
that. I don't even want to kick it with you. I want to chill with you. No, nothing. Guess what you are now? You is the person I'm going to hit up and be like, you want to hang out? I'm just using you to pay for everything to hang out.
savage.
That's the
Damn.
old me. That's the old me. That's the old me now. That's the old me. But I'm just being honest.
I mean, now that I'm then shit, I've been giving out some bad sex a couple of times then. Because
Yeah,
I've been the guy that people just hang out with. But hey, whatever. To each his own, right? Let's
exactly.
see. Um Mahogany says she disagrees. Prick my heart and my mind. We can learn each other as we go. How do you feel about that
That's
statement?
that's her. I'm not doing it.
Well,
If I don't like you, I'm not doing it. If I don't like you and we fuck around and we fuck on a first date and your sex is raggedy, you ain't hearing from me no more. When you leave or we leave from around each other, you are getting blocked. You won't even be able to contact me.
and
And I'm gonna keep you on my social media because guess what? You're gonna be hitting me up in my inbox. Like, damn, I was fine. I was been hitting you up. What's up? Baby, don't hit me up. Don't do that. And that's how I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna be rude as fuck so they can leave me alone. Cause I
okay,
don't want to
so
hurt their feelings and tell them that they did no good. You feel me? So
but that's the thing. Why not just tell them that?
I don't
Of
want to.
course, it's gonna hurt their feelings for a little while.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Break nobody
it's gonna hurt the
pride.
feelings.
You know, somebody asked me one time too. They ran into me on the streets and they was like, "How come you only had fucked me one time?" And I was like, "You don't want me to answer that. You don't want me to answer that because in the strip club, like he was that nigga because he had money. But that's why I tell people like it ain't all about money for me because I could have stuck around too and used the nigga for his money. But baby, it wasn't hitting like that. So that's why you ain't here for me no more.
I mean, I get it. I get it. While we're on the topic of money, so If money was no object, where would your podcast be right now?
Um, I really still don't feel like money is the object because if that's the case, then I'm not really in it for the money because if that's the case, I'd be charging for interviews. You feel me? But like I said, years if I would have did had this mindset years ago in 2016, 2017, after I stepped away from that radio station, I definitely would have been big. But I don't know how to answer that because it's definitely not it's not about the money. Like the money is gonna come and I feel like it's gonna come in a different way. I really don't think it's gonna be from my podcast, to be honest.
Definitely, I agree with that. Vicky said, not raggedy sex.
Raggedy.
Um, yeah, I don't. For me, I think I agree. I feel like money is not the goal for me when it comes to the podcast, but I feel like I would want more high value interviewees.
Of course.
Like I would want to interview like actually I'm gonna ask you that question first. Who, if you could interview anybody in the world, alive or dead, who would you interview and what would be the first question that you would ask them?
Um, I love me some Tupac, so I definitely would want to interview Tupac. And my boy ain't dead. He over there in Cuba or Mexico, so I just gotta go find him. But allegedly, but my question would be to him, like he had so much knowledge that we overlook or we didn't understand when we was younger. Like I just would want to get in his head because everything that man spoke on, like we're seeing that shit today and it's crazy. He lived he lived beyond his years because all the stuff that he's talked about in his rap is like, bitch, Pop told us about this. He warned us about this, and we ain't know what the hell he was talking about. And look at us now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely would want to interview Pac. But on that note, for real, like yeah, if we did have money and can afford interviews, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I be reaching out to celebrities and just pray that one of them, God, open the door and give them a generous heart to be like, I'm gonna do this interview. Because we all know all we need is that one right interview, and it's gonna take us to that next level. We all know that as
Exactly.
podcasters, but everybody can afford these people and they not gonna do it for free. So yeah.
It's funny that you said that it only takes one because I started a whatchamacallit, I started a what do you call it? A trend? A trend on my TikTok? I guess what it is. It's
Um.
like a series. There you go. I
Okay.
started a series. So you know the singer Shensia?
Yes.
Yeah, the Jamaican singer.
Yes.
So on Instagram, I hit her up and I'm like, hey, I would love to interview you on my podcast. And I just kept making the same video over and over and telling people to tag her. And that would be the person I want to interview because I feel like she's doing a lot of big things for like the time that she's been out. And not many people know who she is. If you listen to
Right.
Jamaican music, like you you would know who she is, but if you don't listen to it, you wouldn't know who she is.
My girl love her because my girl is Jamaican. Her dad is Jamaican, but her mom is American. So that's how I know about the Jamaican artists and the Jamaican music and stuff. But when I seen when was it a hurricane? Was what it was just hit her hometown. It was a hurricane or something. Her
Hurricane Barrel or something like
Yeah,
that.
and when she went back to the to home and she was taking care of those people, I was like, I love this. Because I just know her music and for seeing her on social media, but for her to take us in her life and show that part, I was like, that's the type of shit that makes me fall in love with people.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
loved I loved that. From when I seen that from with her, I was like, okay. I already liked it you, but now I love you. So yeah.
Definitely. So, what's the hardest thing about excuse me about being a podcaster?
For me, nothing. Nothing for me. Like everything, I have everything planned out, scheduled out, so I don't make it hard for me. I make it easy for me. So nothing. It'd be like a walk in the, some days you don't feel like doing it. So on the days I don't feel like doing it, I just throw y'all on some music and y'all can listen to the music promo. But other than that, like nothing, because I made it to where I make it easy for me.
Hmm, okay, I'm
What's
be
the hardest?
honest.
I have to say, what's the hardest thing for you?
Hardest thing for me is getting people to keep their word.
You
Like,
have you have a problem with guests showing up?
yeah, yeah, like guests showing up, and it's been like that since I started. Like, they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, and I'll do it." Then I make all the graphics and all the stuff, and
You sound
they
like
just
Nick. You sound like breaking the silence. You sound like Arthur, Nick, and Nicole right now.
shout out to Alton Nikki Nicole, because we love her.
So what do you, let me ask you this question. So what do you do when they don't show up? Like, do you have a system in place to where they book with you, or you reach out to them? Like, how does it work?
I reach out to them, but I just started like making like a calendar
Okay.
where they can book and whatnot. Um, but from past experiences, I would just reach out like, "Hey, are you available at this time? This time?" They'd be like, "Yeah," and then I'll make all the graphics and promote it, and then they just don't show up. Like I'll send a reminder and whatnot.
So what I started doing with cuz my first season was all about me. I didn't do interviews. I think I started doing interviews in the end of my first season or the beginning of my first season, somewhere up in there. But when I started doing interviews, I was like you. I didn't have a booking site. I was reaching out to them and just writing it down in my book, who's on this day, and then I'm just like you and Arthur, Nikki, Nicole, making a special graphics just for them and all this. And then it was like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not focusing on them no more. So I don't do no background for them. They gonna get motherfucking Successful Toy Podcast background, and that's gonna be fucking that. Not doing it because you go through all that and they waste your time. So I don't do it. But just know you can't spin the block.
Hmm, hmm.
You cannot spin the block.
Definitely, definitely. And Nikki said it best. Stand on business. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because like there was this one person that like she was huge on TikTok. I don't know if you know who she was.
What's
Her
her
name
name?
is Hello McFly. So she was big on TikTok. She still kind of is, but now she kind of like shifted over to OnlyFans. So I wanted to interview her about like what's it like being on OnlyFans and all that stuff. And I had got everything set up and whatnot, and then she like disappeared.
Wow.
So yeah.
It's like, to be honest, let me tell you what I do with people that I feel that is big. I don't set a date for them. I ask them when they available, even if I got to pre-record them, because
Mm,
if you give them a date, they're gonna be too busy. They ain't gonna remember none of that stuff. So if I feel like you big, I'd be like, hey, I would like to interview you. When are you available? It's only one interview that I missed because they was like Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, I ain't recording, and then they ain't right back no more. It was like, okay, bitch, I gave you the opportunity. I hope you don't missed it. So I told myself, never fucking again. When they give me a day, I'm gonna make time for that fucking interview. And you never know. No, two people don't do me like that. And you never know. Both of them, because they real big. So both of them probably would have been my next level interviews. And I missed it because the day that they gave me, I didn't have available. And I didn't make available for them. So what I have started doing, if they do have a big platform like that and they willing to give me a chance, I'm recording when they can record instead of giving them a date.
That's understandable. Do you care to share who these people were? Because now I'm curious. All right, after the show, after the
I'm yeah,
show.
cause I'm not giving them no. They ain't do nothing wrong to me, but I'm definitely not giving
Yeah,
them no.
I
Yeah,
definitely get it. I understand that.
yeah.
Um, so what is a day in the life of Toy like? Like, map it out for us.
I get up in the morning. I get up every morning at 9:30, except for Sundays because I don't do no recording on Sundays. But I get up at my alarm go off at 6:45 on Sundays because I do virtual church. But Saturday through Monday through Saturday, I'll finish that backwards. Monday through Saturday, I get up at 9:30. I read my Bible. I read one page a day from my Bible. Then I lay down in the bed. I read a scripture that gets sent to me every day to my phone. So I read that, and then I check my emails, stroll through social media, see who I need to respond to. Then like 10, depending on like if it's just me myself doing the show, I'm gonna stay in the bed till 11. But if I have a guest, I'm gonna get up at I'm gonna stay in bed till like 11. Then I get up at 10, and once I get up, do my face routine, get dressed, come downstairs, find breakfast, get everything set up in my podcast room so I can just be ready to go. So that's kind of how my day is every day. Like that's my routine every day.
Okay, okay. My routine is I wake up, take a shower, brush my teeth in that order. Yes, I know it's weird. Um, check my emails, go on TikTok, see if I can find any potential interviewee because most of my interviews are from TikTok. Um, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I just try to set things up in a way where a podcast can happen. If I can't find somebody on TikTok, um, I'll plan out like a solo podcast. But by the time I plan out the solo podcast, I usually
You
find
have found
somebody.
somebody.
Yeah. So
So
that's why
what?
y'all don't see many solo podcasts with me just by myself.
Yeah. You should reach out to the petty employee on TikTok. He would love to. I know he'll do your show because he did mine, so I know he'll do yours.
Okay. Okay.
And I really want Sherelle Hoggins. You know her?
Sherelle Hoggins.
She's big over there on TikTok too. I
I'm
reached
gonna
I
go.
Yeah, I almost got her too, but again, I gave her a date and it was like say we was in May and I didn't have nothing open to July. So that made three people that I fucked up in this opportunity. And she was willing, so ready to do my podcast. And then when I gave her the date and I said July, she was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be free in July. She was like, I just circled back around to see, and she never had circled back around. And then I never had bothered her because I was just like, oh, you missed the opportunity. But she have a story. She really have a story. You should check her out too.
I definitely will. I
Yeah.
definitely will. So I don't think I asked this. I think I asked it in a different way, but I'm gonna ask it now. Um, who was the biggest person you ever interviewed on your podcast?
Miss Toy. Do you know who Miss
Miss
Toy is?
that you?
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
artist, she's from the song. You ever watch the movie Friday? The first Friday? I know you watch Friday. Everybody in
Y-
America watch Friday. You remember
yeah.
this? Remember the song? You could do it. Put your back into it.
Oh,
I could do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my
Okay.
twin. That's my twin. Hey, twin.
Okay. Okay. I like that. That's great.
Yeah. Thanks to
Um,
author Nikki Nicole. And I also interviewed Big V from Dappy Roots.
Nappy Roots. Okay.
All my life I've been po, but it really don't matter. Oh, well. So yeah, them two.
For me, it was a huge TikToker, and it was a before you were famous type of thing, like before she was famous. Um, the TikToker was Miss Ninja Sama.
I don't know who that is.
Um,
I'm not big on TikTok like that.
yeah, she was huge back when COVID hit. Like she was huge. I actually interviewed her like 3 times.
Period.
And then before she was famous, a lot of people may know her. Bianca Belair, the WWE
Bianca.
superstar.
Don't know.
All right, nobody knows her. Uh, if Shira's still if Shira's still here, she knows her. So, but I interviewed her before I even had a podcast. So
Period.
because yeah. Um, but who is the most influential person in your life and how did they impact you?
My girlfriend. When I tell you she's so supportive. If I say I need something, and I try not to be too needy because she's the only one paying the bills right now. She's supporting my dream. So when I need something, I let her know, like, because I watch different podcasters. And when I see that they doing something that I like, and I see something, I be like, "Ooh, babe, I need that." And then she like go find it, and then when I find it, and then like this, I finally got my cue cards. So yeah, that's the biggest person right now that impacts my life. Yeah, yeah. I say you ain't gonna come back.
I would say for me, honestly, is it's my daughter, actually.
Period.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because what most people don't know is I adopted my daughter. My daughter was actually one of my students
Oh,
before I adopted her. And like that little girl just changed my life completely.
yeah.
Like she's the reason I created the Galaxy Girls. She's the reason that I'm consistently doing this podcast thing. Um, because she
That's
just
what's
looked at me,
up.
she's like, just just do it. Like she has a smart mouth, but she just be like, just do it. Like keep going. She like, oh, can we go outside and because she likes to do like little vlogging clips.
Yeah.
So she's the reason I buy all this equipment and stuff. And yeah. And if you
Period.
guys were paying attention to the intro, she's actually in it. So yeah,
I didn't see it. You must have cut it off.
yeah, I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, because I'm like, I didn't see it.
Yeah, she is there.
How old is
She's in.
she?
She is 12. She's in the
Oh,
seventh
she's
grade.
same age as my granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
I knew when I said that you was gonna be like, wait, what? Yeah, I have a 12-year-old granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
Yeah, I have two granddaughters. A new grandmother and an old grandmother. So yeah, I have a two granddaughters, one 12 and the other one is like 5 or 6 months.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't even look old enough to be a grandmother.
Yeah, I love that. You know, I had a guest last night, and after we was in the studio talking and stuff, and we was talking about something. Oh, she was asking me did I have kids. So we was bonding because she lost her mom, and I don't have my mom, so we was bonding through that. And then when I told her my kids' age, she was like, "Wait, what? you you have a 29-year-old?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "How old you thought I was?" She was like, "I literally thought like you was in your early 30s, like 30, 31's the most." I'm like, "No." I said, "I'm 45." She said, "You're what?" I said, "I'm 45." She was like, "Well, I'm older than you." And I'm looking at her like, "No, you're not." Like, she's so beautiful. She was so flawless. Baby, she finna be 50 years old. She was like, "I'm 49. I'm finna be 50." And I'm like, whoa. We both sitting up here thinking each other young. And yeah,
Listen, black don't crack. That's all I gotta say.
exactly.
Black don't crack,
My favorite
cause
words. Black don't crack, baby.
that's crazy.
Do them
So
your face routines, honey, and keep them wrinkles away, those puffy eyes, those black eyes, baby.
listen, we're gonna have a segment on you just giving people face routine things. Like what's your skin type? Like
I
everybody
don't
put their
even
skin type in the comments.
I don't even know my. It's so crazy because when I go to Ultra and I be telling them like I'm looking for this, I read out of this, so I'm looking for this because I can't find it. And they be like, "What's your skin type?" I be like, "Baby, I don't know. I know it's not oily and I know it's not dry." So they be like, "You in between?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." Just give me some shit that's gonna work.
Like just give me something that's not gonna burn a hole in my face. That's
Uh huh.
pretty much it.
Uh huh.
And fellas, you definitely need to have a skincare routine
Yes.
because the
Yes.
liver spots that's going to be popping up when y'all get around your late 30s. Yeah, yeah, have a skincare routine.
Yes.
Um, since we're on the topic of age and stuff like that, how do you want to be remembered?
Um. Don't remember me. It's crazy that you asked that. Just remember me as this fun, outgoing person. Like, I ain't nothing special. Just fun and outgoing. They gonna remember me anyways. They gonna be like, "Bro, I remember Toy used to be talking shit. That's all she did was talk shit. She fun as hell, but she talk shit. She lit as fuck, but she talk shit." So yeah, just remember me on how I am right now. I ain't nothing special.
Definitely. And I mean, I'm going to remember you from all those crazy posts that you be doing. So,
And it's crazy that you hit me with that because the person who podcast I was on last night did the same thing. They was like, hit you with your own medicine. So whatever questions I had posted yesterday, they had those questions ready for me on their podcast. And I was like, now why the fuck would you do that? They was like, nah, nah, nah. You be asking us these crazy ass questions. Now we finna ask you. They was like, but you complete the film. I was like, but that's the whole point, y'all. I'm asking y'all the fucking question, but y'all don't even know this. I don't never answer them.
I think you had asked something today. Um, it was like what the curfew of a man is
If you in a
if the,
relationship, what should the curfew of a man be if he's in a relationship?
like I was reading some of those comments and I'm like, um, because for me, like I don't go out anyway. So, and if I did go out, it'll probably be like 11 p.m. because I don't like being out. I don't like being outside. That whole nightlife thing, not for
Okay,
me.
so when I was in a relationship with a guy years ago, we had a curfew. We both, because we both was the type that loved to hang out. So even if we're not together, and I'm hanging out with the girls and he hanging out with his homeboys or whatever, our curfew was 6 a.m. because back home in Florida, strip clubs are a thing for us. Like, we love the strip clubs. We go to the strip clubs like other people go to regular clubs. So
Mm.
If it's a Saturday night, we going to two clubs in one night. So we're gonna go to the first club that's gonna close like 3 a.m. And then from that club, everybody go to strip club, and then the strip club close at 5. So after the strip club or after the club or whatever, everybody always go out to eat. So we going to a Dennis or IHOP or a Waffle House, wherever there's a late night food place. So everybody go there and eat. So that's why our curfew used to be 6 a.m. because if you decide to get you something to eat, it ain't gonna take you that long. Bitch, go get you something to eat and bring your ass home.
Mm.
So yeah, I kind of can relate to that, but I'm not in the streets like that no more. So I just feel like all that club hopping shit too old for that. So yeah,
Believe it or not, I've never been to a strip club ever.
you
Yeah.
haven't lived life. No, I'm just playing. I'm
I've never
playing.
been to a strip club.
He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah.
Savannah, who's Savannah?
From Waiting to Exhale, when Whitney Houston mom used to try to get her to talk to that man, and her name was Savannah. Whitney Houston name was Savannah, and Waiting to Exhale, and she was always to tell him, "He's a good man." Tell her he's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. And she used to be like, "But mom, he's married. He's a good man, Savannah."
Wow. So we're going to take a little time to see if anybody has questions in the comments for you. And
Okay.
but while we wait for them to put questions in the comments, so what's your next step for your podcast? Like, what's the next step going forward?
I don't too much like to tell my goals and what I got going on because people be hating and don't want it to prosper. So I'm just gonna give you this one thing, but I have other things that's in the making. But I'm gonna give you this one thing. Well, I'm gonna give you two things because it's already done. Nobody can take it from me. So one of them that I was just gonna pop out and show niggas. I have
Hmm.
been featured in Voya ATL magazine, so I'm waiting for that issue to drop. So yes, be on the lookout for Successful Toy Podcast in the magazine. Yes, and then I am the meteor for a movie that's dropping in September. So I'm doing the red carpet there, and the movie is called I Survived Suicide. So y'all be on the lookout for that movie.
It's funny that you said something about a movie and it's crazy because I'm actually looking for actors and actresses and staff for a production that I'm putting together. It's called Follow the Embers. I wrote this back when I went to basic training. So I wrote this back when I was 18. I'm 35 now, y'all.
You
And I
35?
finally, yeah,
Black don't crack, baby.
see, there you go. Black on
Cause
crack.
I didn't think you was 35.
How old you thought I was?
I thought, I'm gonna be honest, you're mature the way you talk. I thought you was at least up here with me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a first. That's a
yeah.
first.
I really thought you was up here with me.
People usually think I'm like in my 29-ish, early 20s. Like, I'm like, no.
You talk so mature. So yeah,
Yeah,
I went and thought that.
talk pretty mature for a guy from the Bronx. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So what
Oh,
were you saying?
this must be the Miss Toy you were talking about.
Hey twin, I already shouted you out, girl, cause he said he didn't know who you was, girl. I had to
I
let him know who you was. Don't fucking play with her, cause I will
listen.
fight you.
I definitely didn't know who you were until she told me, but yeah, now I do. Um, but I'm definitely looking for people to hop on board this journey with me. Summer 2026, that's when the production should come out. Um, I would definitely love to have you
I
because
wouldn't mind being on there.
I got a roll
You,
that's
I
full
been
of
say, do
cussing.
you have? I been say, do you have a role that I need when I'm planning something? I want the person to literally like where I could be myself. I don't want to be where I got to be all sad and shit. Like I want to be me.
Yeah, there's fighting, there's dragging, like there, but y'all be on the lookout for that, y'all.
Period.
But
I'm
for
down.
those for those in the comments, no one asked her questions yet? No? Okay. No. All right. So back to my questions then. Um, one of my actually one of my next questions would actually be, when can I be on your podcast
Oh,
again?
the door is open. When you when you ready, the door is open. All you
Let me
gotta do
see.
is say when. I
Let
can
me see.
see
What
you.
time is it? It's
Listen.
8:56, about 9:01. Yep.
Now you know damn well. Hey, I be saying I don't see how they be doing these late podcasts, and then I had to think about it. Toy, your first podcast used to be at 8 o'clock, and we used to be on Friday nights. What are you talking about? And that's how I know I'm getting old, bruh, because I be complaining about y'all with these late ass podcasts.
Mm, listen, I just honestly, I do it late because I work Monday through Friday at a
Yeah.
school. So I do, that's the reason I do it late. Why everybody else do it late, I have no idea. But hey,
Oh shit. All right,
okay,
Rion. Let's do it.
bring on.
Let's
Listen,
do it. I'm
like she
ready.
said, her door open, my door is right next to her door, so that door is open too.
Period.
It's a revolving door. There you go.
I send y'all the link. I send y'all the link so y'all can
You
book a date.
you actually, you know what I want to do?
What you
I
want to
want
do?
to do like a massive podcast roundtable
Get the
where
fuck
me,
get the fuck out my
you,
head.
Breon, Blemish Beauty Podcast, Breaking the Silence Podcast, Verbal Tea Podcast, where we all just talk.
Get the fuck out my head because just today I was like, I think I want my next panel to be with just podcasters. I said that to myself today because
Listen,
I talk to
set that
myself a
up.
lot.
Set well, it's good to talk to yourself. I get
Just
some of
don't
my
answer.
best advice.
Just don't answer. Just don't answer.
Don't answer out loud. Just
Uh
yeah,
huh. You're gonna
don't
be
answer
like,
out loud.
"Bitch, you okay?" No, bitch, I'm not okay. I'm over here talking to myself. I'm having a business meeting over here.
Like Nicki Minaj, because that girl is crazy.
I hate to hear her talk. I'm not a fan. I'm not a
All
fan.
right, so
We finna
my
go?
last question,
Oh, I don't wanna go.
yeah,
Okay, go.
my last question. That means I'm doing a good job at interviewing. So,
Yeah, I like this. I like this.
my last question, well, second to last question for you is, what's what's the most difficult part about being toy?
My mouth.
Mhm. Mhm. Well,
Because
I'm not agreeing with you. I'm just nodding.
no, because no, because when I say things and I'm literally saying it with love, like people take it the wrong way. Some people don't understand me when I'm talking, and I'm not. It's not that I'm being funny or throwing shade or trying to be sarcastic. Like when I'm saying stuff, I'm really saying it from a genuine place. But and some people don't know how to take that.
Okay. Okay. I understand that. Well, when you talk, I understand that you're coming from not a place of harm or
Right.
destructive speech or anything like that. Like you, I mean, you cool peoples in my book, to be honest. Um,
It's a question
Great.
you said you was gonna ask me and you ain't asked me, and I'm getting pretty upset. You know
Uh,
what? Maybe it's God don't want us to speak on it, so we gonna speak on
yeah, because I damn sure forgot. You
it.
can
Good.
remind me after the yeah, just remind me. Um,
Maybe God don't
um,
want us to do that, so we ain't gonna do it.
definitely, definitely.
Why Bria said,
Um,
"Ah, toy"?
why'd you say all toy, Breon?
Why you say all toy? And to my interesting. Maybe he said because I was like my mouth. Because yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely, probably.
probably that.
Um, my last question is, what does your podcast setup consist of? Like, you talk about like your products and things like that.
When you say my products, what you mean? Like the
Like
products that I.
your mic, your
Okay.
banner, like your
Okay.
computer. Yeah.
Okay. So, thanks to Author Nikki Nicole breaking a motherfucking silence, she gave me this boom arm, right? And this mic. So I had a mic, but my mic was used to sit on the desk, and she upgraded me with this. And I have a, I don't know what it's called, but it's where everything connect to this box and then goes to the internet. I don't know what
An
it's called.
audio interface.
I guess that's what it is. I don't fucking know. Don't make me lie. She sent that too, so I don't know. I record on my laptop. Then I have my webcam. I have three lights, two ring lights, and then one light that really sits on top of the laptop, but I put it on my tripod. And then my backdrop I had got from Amazon because I got tired of using either the
Virtual.
put my logo back there. It's like, ugh. So I just upgraded myself, and Nikki helped upgrade me too with some of this stuff. And then this is my new baby. At late night, I be watching podcasts that's like been in the business and stuff, and
Mhm.
I be like I said, I be seeing things that they be doing, and I'm like, yeah, because we all want to grow and we all want to upgrade and we all want to look really, really professional because I'm still trying to figure out how they got these cameras that it'll be on them, then it'll go to their thing. But I ain't ready for
Mhm.
that because I ain't doing live interviews yet, like in person interviews yet or whatever. But yeah, I seen Breakfast Club and I was like, now how the fuck they got that around there? And then I had ordered it. And then I just went and got these stickers printed and put it on. And then, yeah, my new babies are my cue cards. So I'm happy for that. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. And that's a great set, to be honest. Me,
thank you.
I'm just using my headphones and my tablet. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much it.
I forgot about the headphones. The headphones is crazy because I had these when we used to do, when I used to do Sip Tea with Toy and B. And I had stopped using them. But then I think Nikki had said something about get some headphones. I was like, girl, I already got some headphones. So I just started back using them.
Hmm. Hmm.
But do y'all really
Yeah.
think we need headphones?
I think so because you want to hear the audio clearly and you don't want to hear like outside audio. So like if you're
Gotcha.
playing a song from your computer, you don't want them to hear the song twice, like echoing.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I always wondered, like, why do we need the headphones?
Yeah. It's
Because,
basically so you can hear the audio and your viewers won't be able to hear what you're playing since
gotcha.
you like do music.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, but that was my all my questions for you. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I do. Why
Okay.
you, why you think podcasters don't support each other like they should? Well, I ain't gonna say like they should, cause people. You know what? I don't even want to answer. Don't answer that. Don't worry about it. I ain't got no questions.
No, no, I'm gonna answer that. No. Um, why do I think podcasters don't really support each other like they should? Simple, because
I didn't want to say should because I don't want nobody to feel like they obligated to support people. So that's why I was like, don't answer that. No, don't worry about it. So
true.
we need to find another word for should because
All right.
yeah,
So why? All right. So I'm just answering a question without the word should.
yeah.
So this is my honest opinion. This is what podcasting is about. Opinions. You can cancel me. I don't care. I'm still gonna continue to do it and talk my shit. But me personally, I support every podcaster that I come in contact with, even if it's just me in the comments saying I'm here to support you. Like that's literally what I do. But I've ran into podcasters. Thank God I've met the people that I've met now. You Toy, Breaking Silence Podcast, Verbal T, Blemish Beauty, Breon, your podcast. Thank God I met all of you guys, because there would be people that I've encountered that they would just say, like, what can I get from you and what can you do for me? It was me, 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 and not like, how can we help each other? So I feel like podcasters need to be more aware of each other. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you got your content, you doing your thing. Yeah, I got my content, I'm doing my thing. But if we're interacting with one another, like, don't make it an ego thing. Don't gatekeep something. Like, if I could help you in any way, even if it's like helping you with your logo. Like, I think I messaged you one day and I said you should remove the background on your logo. It makes it look more professional. Like,
And I'm like,
little.
nigga, it's removed. What are you talking about? I'm like, what is he talking about? I don't know. I don't know how it came to you, but my background, yeah, I mean, the background on my logo is removed. So that's why I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, my
Yeah,
background is
yeah.
removed. Yeah.
But it's little things like that. Even if I could help somebody with, like, just something as
Small
small as
thing.
that. Yeah, it's just like, help each other, talk to each other. Like, that's what podcasting is about. You're talking to another person, getting their opinion on something. If you don't agree, you don't agree. And that's why I don't really like those super messy podcasts where they look for shit to talk about you and try to make you look stupid. And it's, yeah, but help each other. That's the bottom line. Help each
Yeah,
other.
I just feel like some people be scared that you're gonna outgrow them.
That too.
That's how I feel. And if it ain't genuine, then I'm not doing it because I done been there. Like I was telling Nikki to like my the first podcast I had, and I had a co-host, and instead of us like starting a page from scratch, we kind of like turned one of her pages into the podcast page, and I helped build that page. And to this day, like I still see people accepting the requests that I gave them for that page. And it's like, now I look, I ain't even with her no more. And it's like you help build somebody, and then it's like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
So
bottom
I
line,
just be careful now, like when it comes to that type of stuff. Like I don't, I will follow you, but sending invites out, I'm not doing that no more. I ain't doing
you
that
just
no
got
more.
to build each other up. That's
Yeah,
basically
I
it.
share your podcast. I share your podcast, but what I get, I share people podcasts, but people don't share my podcast. And I get it. My podcast ain't for everybody, but I'm not finna be sitting over here introducing your podcast to my audience and you ain't sharing my shit to your audience. You don't know if your audience like my podcast or not. Just because I talk shit and I cuss. Like,
Listen, This is what
So
we
at
like
this
over
point,
here.
like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm still gonna do me. I'm still gonna grow, and Toy gonna do what Toy need to do to grow her platform. So
Exactly. And Toy got thousands of followers,
period. Pooh.
thousands of followers. I'm trying to get like Toy.
Listen. I told Riri and I told how the hell we found each other.
Um, that's a good question. I think you just popped up on my page since I follow Blemish Beauty and I follow um Breaking the Silence. And I think you just popped up and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I followed you. Because that's
Okay.
what I do. Like if I see another podcast that and I look at it and I like it, I'm gonna press follow.
Yeah,
Like
that's
even
me
with
too.
YouTube, like if I'm watching a YouTube video, I subscribe even if I only watch one video from that person.
Yeah, me too. If you got some good
So
content that I like, I'm definitely gonna subscribe. I'm definitely gonna follow. Yeah, I'm like that too. But like I was saying, like I built my followers because someone added me to I don't know what to call those type of pages, but they added me to this group, and the group like they help you grow your page.
oh, that's
What is
how I
called?
found you.
I
The
think that's what it was. I
the
think that's how we did. That's why I
I
asked
think
like,
it's the
because
Black
I
Podcasters Network.
no, not them, not them. Them people dead in there. They don't do shit. Uh,
True, that's why I stopped posting it there.
yeah, it's meta something. It's meta something. But somebody had added me to the group. So when they added me to the group and I had posted in there, and then it's just like everybody follow, everybody engaged. So all my followers that I got on my Successful Toy podcast, it really came from that page. So my page was already building up, and then of course Nikki them invite people, but yeah, all those people that's on my page and that be interacting with me, they came from that group, and I'm like, I love this shit. Like y'all really interact.
Yeah, you need to send me that group then,
Yeah,
because
because all them on there, they modified and they making money from it. So we already know what we got to do. That's why when y'all see me comment, I don't comment as a whole. You have to comment directly to that person, reply to that person. That's why everybody get their own reply, because that's how you get the paid on Facebook. But you doing like thanks everybody. That's not you interacting with people.
okay,
And
okay.
then it's like just follow, and then too like they'll do invite for invites too, and I do it to their page and we screenshot it and show proof that we did it, and they do the same for you and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I'm building my page.
Listen, y'all, she giving y'all tips.
Yeah.
She giving me tips. If I
Yeah,
wasn't on my tablet right now, I'd be writing notes.
I'm telling y'all what to do now. Y'all want me to add y'all to the group, let me know. I add y'all. I added Nikki and Riri, but I told them, I said, if y'all ain't gonna give the people the same energy that they giving y'all, then don't go in the group. And I ain't see they ass do nothing in the group yet.
Oh,
Talk about their ass right now.
oh, y'all heard it. We
But
talking
yeah.
about you. But
Yep. Thank you,
but
Breon. He said he loved my energy.
he also said, "Come on now."
Period. Trying to tell you now.
Hmm.
I don't have
Yep.
no problem with helping nobody, but you got to do the footwork too, bro. You can't sit back and be thinking I'm gonna build you up and you ain't doing the same thing for me. Or you just sitting back and just accepting shit? Like, nah. At this
That,
point, like, just how I support you, you got to support me too. So my mind is made up. Like, I'm not supporting nobody that ain't supporting me, bro.
and that's completely understandable.
Used to think
So
that was me, but you know,
so something that I is kind of like my niche on this podcast is we do a thing called the final thought. It is basically where we review what the podcast was about and we give one to two pieces of advice to anyone that may need it. It could be anything. It could be about podcasting. It could be about anything. So My advice to someone out there looking for it is to sum it all up is stay on task and never give up because as you can see, we have both been through a lot when it comes to the podcasting journey. There's been ups, there's been downs, but you guys definitely, if you have a goal, keep reaching for it, keep staying strong. It's going to be hard. Nothing's going to come easy, but you definitely have to never give up on it. If you give up on it, then you're not going to want to do it anymore.
So mine is stay focused, stay humble, stay positive. I used to tell myself all the time that in I started saying that back in 2015 or 16. I started telling myself every day, stay focused, stay humble, stay positive. And when I say stay focused, meaning whatever your goal is that you're trying to reach, I don't do goals. I take day at a time, and whatever comes to my heart and tells me that I need to switch up something, then I focus on that. And then once I do that, then I go to the next thing. So when I say stay focused, whatever your path is and what you want to do in life and what God is leading you to do, just stay focused and stay on that task. And when I say stay humble, no matter how big you get, stay humble. Because just as well as God can give it to you, He can take it away from you when you get too big headed and start thinking that you're better than everybody. When them same people don't help you and now you're looking down on them and don't want to pull them up. So always stay humble. And when I say stay positive, always think positive. No matter how fucked up your day is, think positive. Everything happens for a reason. You just have to figure out what that reason is and just look at it in a positive way. So if something happened, just be like, oh, this happened, but it was fucked up. But damn, it turned out it happened for a reason because I needed to do this and I needed to do that. So just stay positive. Always think positive. Always. And don't let nobody control your energy. You are control of your own energy. If you the minute you let somebody control you and make you upset, they have won. Okay? So y'all make sure y'all go grab my shirts though. Stay focused, stay humble, stay positive at www.successfultoypodcast.com. I don't think I'm supposed to did that, but shit.
Listen, that's what podcasting is about. You got to promote yourself. So I ain't never going to tell nobody not to promote themselves on this show. And if I do, that's when someone else is going to take over this show because that's me being selfish. So, but before we go, guys, uh, our next episode on No Cap the Podcast is going to be with a young lady. Her name is Dead Girl Paris, and she is a hip hop artist. So we're going to dive deep into this conversation with her about her musical career and how she overcame sleeping in her car from the
Wow.
age of 16 to the age of 23. So stay tuned for that, definitely.
I love
But
that flyer. It's nice.
thank you, thank you. I did it myself.
I ain't that good with graphics.
I also did toys. If you see it in the background, y'all, I did toys.
I love it. It's
See,
so pretty. I was like, oh, what can I
I
use that for? Because I like that.
I tried to do color matching. I tried to do color matching,
Period.
and I'm not going to keep this, y'all. Get Canva.
Oh, yeah, I
Canva
use
saves
Canva.
lives.
I use
Canva
it.
saves lives.
But y'all are really good at this. Like, I'm so simple. But y'all be really putting y'all thing into it. Like, yeah, I can't do all that.
You know, you know what? Maybe I'll teach a Canva class and I'll just screen share.
Cause that's
Yeah,
I like how you and Arthur Nikki like y'all be doing that shit. Me, baby, I'ma find me a template, and that's what I'm sticking with.
Don't worry, I'll teach you. I'll teach you. I'll teach you everything I know.
Thank you, thank
But
you.
I want to thank you for being on the show,
You're
spending
welcome.
this night with me on the show, and I was looking forward to this interview. I really was, and I appreciate you for coming, and definitely got to get you back here. Definitely got
Thank
to get
you.
you back here. Go buy her shirts, please do. And while you're at it, you can go buy a hoodie, a Galaxy Girl hoodie, at
Period.
thegalaxygirls.org. So yeah, you can go get one of those. Support my daughter because that's her group, that's her business.
Period.
That's my gift to her. Um, but yeah, definitely thank you for being on the show. We definitely got to get that podcast mega round table thing going. Um, I hope you achieve every single thing that you are trying to do then, now, and forever.
Thank you. Same
Um,
to you.
Thank you. When
We
you get
got this.
famous, it I mean, I know we got this because we already doing it. So
I've been say, don't say when I get famous, come back and pick up the little people, cause the little people gonna come with me. As long as you
true.
was fucking with me before that, yeah. I ain't finna be one of those ones that make it and then get some new friends. No, no, no.
Mm-mm.
No, no,
I'm
no.
keeping all the same people.
Exactly.
But thank you for being on the show, and we are out of here, y'all. Everybody have a good night, and I'll see y'all next time.
I have my grandbaby.